Hello and welcome to your in-depth weekly horoscope for week commencing the 13th of June. This is for the Sun or the Ascendant. I'm going to give you the key features to look out for. Please stay with me. I will then dive deep to give you in forensic detail each of the 12 zodiac signs from Aries through to Pisces. Now this week begins with Mercury, the planet of talk and thought, returning to one of the two signs that it influences of Gemini. Now if this rings a celestial bell, it's because this happened last on the 30th of April. But due to the retrograde, it reversed into the sign of Taurus on the 23rd of May. Now, of course, that retrograde ended on the 3rd of June. It came out of shadow on the 4th, but this could help us to gain a little bit more clarity around some plans which may have seemed to have been somewhat bogged down. But I still feel that clarity is going to be at somewhat of a premium this week. Now, there is, of course, the strawberry full moon on Tuesday in the sign of Sagittarius, which is, if you like, the higher knowledge. The Sun is opposing the moon in Gemini, but actually forges a really constructive link with Saturn all through this week. So if we go through all the processes in a very thorough way, we can still inch forwards. It's just that Neptune, the planet of dreams, of spirituality, but which can be a swirling, misting influence, which can distort, well, that's in a T-square with the full moon on Tuesday. So over the next couple of weeks, fact can be stranger than fiction. So we need to use Saturn's sobriety, really, to check things out, and also Mercury's precision, and also make sure we're keeping the lines of communication open as clearly as we possibly can. Now from Thursday through to Sunday, Venus in its home zone of Taurus is forging a quite beautiful sextile to Neptune. If you're lucky enough to be having a conversation where you can really feel that you're on the same wavelength as someone else, there could be some kind of spiritual connection, or someone could be very generous. It could be through a gift, or it may be a thoughtful note or text message, which can really lift our spirits. But please stay with me for each of those 12 zodiac signs. But if you would like to ascend above this zodiac broadcast and understand how serious astrology can impact on your personal situation, if you give me 3 pieces of birth data of time, date and place of birth, I can give you a roadmap that can guide you for the rest of your life, and also a 12-month forecast. If you get these two together with my special package, you can get 30% off. Please see the link beneath this video. And if you've yet to subscribe to my channel, I'd be delighted if you did so now. Please click or tap on the bell notification symbol. If you're someone who's already subscribed, thank you so much. So Libra, your week commencing the 13th of June forecast sees the messenger planet return to your sister air sign of Gemini. For you, house 9, which is about discoveries, adventure, higher education, and of course, because Mercury is about how we think and speak, if there is something compelling you want to share with people, then this is an opportunity to showcase those ideas. But if this rings something of a bell, of course, Mercury was in this location at the end of April. So around a contractual matter, if something has stumbled a bit or seemed to take ages to be resolved, it could be about a property transaction, it may be about a legacy or an insurance matter. I think now you can start to get the greater clarity you need. But messages generally are influenced by Gemini, and of course we have a full moon on Tuesday in the sign which opposes Gemini. So what does this mean? Well, Gemini is about those everyday messages, those texts, those emails, those bright and cheerful interactions we have with neighbours or siblings, whereas the sign of Sagittarius is about those higher ideas. And it's possible that you do want to widen your approach to situations at the moment, but you need to discuss it. And the discussions may require some care because Neptune, although it's in a beautiful link with your ruler Venus this week, which can be advantageous to you. For example, in a financial situation, if you've been very kindly or giving to someone or an organisation in the past, the goodwill that that's created could come back to you positively this week. But if you are trying to get across some ideas and the people who you need to be receptive to them don't seem to understand where you're coming from, are a bit muddled about some of the details, that's not going to be helpful. However, because Saturn, which sets boundaries, is in a very stable link with the Sun this week, if you just take a little time and make some notes if it's something you really need to express carefully, and then things will flow through in a very really constructive way. But generally speaking, if you also want to travel, I think that this is the fortnight ahead, very, very important to get all the details really nailed down. We know that there has been some travel chaos in the United Kingdom, certainly to do with air travel, and that's the type of stuff, anything to do with ticketing or information, especially if it's digital, that we really need to scrutinise in a very precise way to ward off that swirling mist and distortion that Neptune can bring to situations just as we need to really be factual.